Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Joshua Zitting from joshuazittingfit.com, and today I'm bringing you a topic about how to get ripped or shredded in basically 10 days. So how many times do we have events coming up in life, or basically you have something that you want to get a little bit of extra weight off of you? Maybe you want to fit into a dress or tuxedo, you know, whatever it is. If you're a guy and you're wearing dresses, that's cool too, whatever. But the truth is there is a science behind getting shredded and losing that extra water weight as you go into that photo shoot or whatever it is, the event that you're trying to get ready for. So one thing is, typically to get ready for a photo shoot, you're gonna want obviously a little bit more than 10 days, but I'm giving you guys like the final 10-day breakdown of what exactly to do and how to follow this pretty simple system. So number one, biggest thing is hydration. You need to up your water intake, and typically when I'm getting ready for a shoot, say 10 days out, I'm at about 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of water per day. Number two, cut sodium. So typically, you guys, what I'm doing is 3 weeks out, I'm sodium loading to where I'm actually adding sodium into all of my meals. Basically what that does is it overloads your body with sodium, and then when you get into the final 2 weeks, you start to cut sodium, and what that does is as you up your water intake, it's going to flush out all of that sodium as well as get rid of a lot of water weight. So you're basically front loading it and then getting it to exit your body. So again, basically increase your water intake. The second thing is cut sodium. Now be aware, a lot of packaged foods, a lot of canned foods, canned vegetables, have a lot of sodium. So make sure that you're reading those food labels, because the extra sodium is going to make you retain water. Another thing that you can do is coffee, green tea, stuff like that are natural kind of diuretics, are going to help you expel a little bit more water. But the biggest thing too is make sure you're cutting out all sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, any type of sugars, stuff like that, because again, those are things that can cause inflammation in your body and are going to make it a little bit more difficult to lose that water weight. So with that, again, the other thing is you want to completely cut out grains. So as I'm getting closer to a photo shoot, or let's say you're getting ready for a competition, I cut out grains completely to where I'm not doing, if I'm doing a super high carbohydrate source, like on a high carb day, because as you guys know that have followed my channel, I'm all about carb cycling. My carbohydrate source is going to come from sweet potatoes. So this is something that allows me to still get those carbohydrates in. Plus, you can pretty much overload on as many vegetables and as meat as you want. So let's talk about meat as well. If you are trying to lose that little bit of extra weight, remember that certain meats have a little bit more fat in them. And also, you want to make sure that you're buying organic meat, grass-fed, stuff like that, because that way it's not injected with a bunch of sodium into the meat, because your body is also going to retain that salt as well. So be very aware of the meats that you're purchasing and how high in sodium they are. I always say, to be safe, if you're 10 days out, try to stick to, super lean turkey, super lean chicken, and fish. Fish is hugely your friend when it comes to trying to expel that water weight and to really get lean. And that's going to be pretty much some of the main keys, you guys. So again, increase water intake, cut sodium, and just be really, really aware of your sodium intake. Stick to lean meats. You're going to cut grains. And the other thing, make sure you're cutting dairy out too. Dairy is super high in sodium, and that's also going to be something, if you're eating a lot of dairy, that it's going to be hard for you to get that last bit of weight off of you. One more point, you guys, before I forget this, is understand that when you're getting ready for an event, you don't need to go overboard, right? So you don't need to completely deplete your calories and be in starvation mode. What I always say is lower a tiny bit of calories and up your cardio a little bit. Again, I'm more about doing things in a healthier manner for your body. And when we talk about, getting further into dropping weight and stuff for photo shoots, there is a lot that goes into actually getting rid of water and cutting water out of your diet before a shoot. But again, that's more so if you're like going to be stepping on stage. And again, I don't think it's super healthy to dehydrate yourself. So most of the time when I go into photo shoots, I'm not completely dehydrated. I like to stay pretty lean year round. That way, when you do have a shoot, you can get ready for it quickly, or if you have an event, or maybe it's summertime, you know, you can get ready for that naturally in a quick way just by cutting out a few things versus taking yourself to the extreme. So just be aware of that. There's also people that are hypernatremia is the name of the I believe it's called hypernatremia, which is basically where you can't completely cut salt out of your diet because you get too low in sodium and your body actually runs into issues. So just be aware of that. For those of you that are that are hyponatremic, that just don't mess with the salt. You know, as far as that goes, you guys, this is just showing you how to enhance that look for like a photo shoot. But as far as just staying lean year round, you can mess with like your carbohydrates, your grains, stuff like that, your water intake to help you flush more out, and eat lots of asparagus. Asparagus is a natural diuretic, so you can eat tons of asparagus. It's going to help you expel some extra water. And aside from that, you guys, just keep it lean. This is Joshua Zitting from joshuazittingfit.com, and this is your 10-day guide to getting shredded. If you guys haven't, subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, and make sure you guys follow me on social media too. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Joshua Zitting, or Joshua Zitting Fitness. So with that, I'm signing off. Take care, guys.
Wow. You must squat.